What's up, guys? Want to talk about a process for actually going through and changing your thoughts. Really simple, but been talking about it with clients, been working on it myself for years, and continuing to work on it. Savannah and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about how our generation, millennials and Gen Z, our biggest challenge isn't the depression, lack and need, although there's many people in the world who are still living in that state. Our biggest challenge is actually within our mind. And it's become so apparent in working with people and just walking them through a lot of the change that I've walked through myself. It's like, wow, we really have to, before we start changing all these other things in our lives, which can happen simultaneously, we really have to start paying attention to what's going on in our mind. What I want to do is just give you guys 3 things really quick, and then I want to open it up for questions. I haven't done this in a while, so I love getting questions from you guys and then just give my best shot to answer them as best I can. But the first thing I want you to know, number 1, that you have control over your mind. Through free will, we've been given the ability to have control over our mind, with very few exceptions. Number 2, your mind is separate from your brain. And this has powerful implications because that shows us and tells us that we can actually control how we feel. Your brain sends signals, hormone signals, etc., to the rest of your body. And when we understand that we have control over our mind and that our mind can control our brain, we can actually change the way we feel, our emotional reactions and our perceptions that then lead to feelings. Number 3 is, as a result of the first 2, you have control over what you choose to agree with. And there's a lot more to be said for that. Always remember, there may be a lag, but your life moves in the same direction as your mind. The lag may happen when your mind is going through transformation and renewal and your life is catching up. Your outside world is catching up to your inner world. So recognize that there may be a lag, but the truth of the matter is you can be transformed. Your life can be transformed by the renewal of your mind. It's scriptural, it's science-backed, it's all the above. It's the truth of life that people have been talking about for centuries. But we, as our generation, everyone for that matter, in today's world needs to know and apply this truth. And we are so focused on the wrong things. We're focused on changing all the outer world, external world things, when we should be focused on changing the internal things first. Because that's where we're going to find the sustainable change that we need. People are so focused on getting the short-term fix for their problems. And so they change jobs, or they change relationships, or they change different things in their life. But then they end up in the same place inside. You can have the whole world, but if you're in a poor state inside, it won't matter. You won't be living a life out of freedom, with joy, with peace. I hope that's helpful for you guys. I know the wrestle, and I know it's a quiet wrestle. I talk with a lot of people who are in that quiet wrestle, and it manifests in different ways for different people. But at the end of the day, we gotta sit with it, confront it, and change it. And you have the power to change it. That's the best part. You have the power to change it. And I believe when you join God in that effort to make that change, man, so much can happen. So many good things can happen.